Well, I want to talk about some of the contents of my new book out, Epigenetics. It represents 40 years of personal research and clinical work, and, of course, hundreds of years of research and clinical work and reports and so forth from thousands of authors and some very famous people. Epigenetics, and the subtitle is the most important piece. It says, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. There's 3 CDs that I would get along with it. One is What Kills Billionaires. Another one is Dial MD for Murder. Another one is Deadly Recipe. Those 3 CDs will kind of cover the highlights of the book, Epigenetics. Just out last month, selling like crazy. Get your copy now. It'll change your life for the better. Change the life for the better of the people you love. All right. What is this book talking about? It takes diseases like type 2 diabetes, cancer, heart disease, things that are said to be genetically transmitted, which are really not. These diseases are simple nutritional deficiency diseases. In some cases, like cancer and heart disease, they can be made worse by eating inflammatory foods, things like fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, a.k.a. deli slices, sandwich meat, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, that kind of stuff. And also things in the area of oils, olive oil, coconut oil, two sources of omega-3s that are said to be just the most wonderful things on earth. And of course, they kill people right, left, and center because they're a two-edged sword. Not only do they provide omega-3 essential fatty acids, but they also oxidize very easily and become trans fatty acids and cause cancer, clogged arteries, respiratory problems, brain problems, like contributes to Alzheimer's disease, contributes to multiple sclerosis, and also Wernicke-Korsakoff's disease, which is multiple sclerosis and Korsakoff's disease combined. It's just a mess, okay, because, and then we have to throw in things like gluten. Gluten intolerance, of course, is rampant. Some sources say as much as 70% of the industrialized world that eats whole grains 3 meals a day are really in trouble because of the results or the secondary effects of gluten intolerance. The old adage, you are what you eat, is absolutely positively not true. It is really should be you are what you absorb. And the effect, the negative effect of eating gluten, of course, is you lose as much as 85% of the absorptive surface in your small intestine. The nice thing is if you get on a gluten-free diet, you can repair that damage. Well, type 2 diabetes, we've known for 70 years, is a simple deficiency of minerals. 1 or 2 minerals at the most, right? You still need the 90 essential nutrients to give your body everything it needs to perform its daily functions, but you need more of a couple of minerals if you have type 2 diabetes. If you take more of these couple of minerals, you won't get type 2 diabetes. I've been taking extra of these 2 minerals. In 2 months from now, it'll be 68 years I've been taking extra sources of these minerals to consciously avoid type 2 diabetes. And then there's heart disease. Heart disease, there's many types of heart disease, none of which have anything to do with elevated blood cholesterol. Normal blood cholesterol for human beings should be total cholesterol 220 to 270, and even if you have 100% of your total cholesterol, HDL, high-density lipoprotein, the good cholesterol, it will not improve your heart from the standpoint of clogged arteries and heart attacks and stroke, because cholesterol has nothing to do with heart attack, stroke, or heart disease, or clogged arteries, nothing, okay? When you have congestive heart failure, it's a deficiency of a single vitamin. You have cardiomyopathy heart disease, a deficiency of a single mineral. If you have a clogged arteries, arteriosclerosis, atherosclerosis, this is due to inflammatory processes inside the arteries as a result of eating the bad stuff, the fried foods, the processed meats, the oils, and glutens, and none of which have anything to do with cholesterol. And then, of course, you have a thrombosis, coronary artery obstruction by a blood clot, cerebral artery blood clot, where you get a thrombotic stroke, and then you get pulmonary embolism, where you get a blood clot in the lungs, you get deep vein thrombosis in your legs. All this is caused not by cholesterol, but by a deficiency of omega-3 essential fatty acids, or a ratio problem between omega-3, 6s, and 9s. And then, let's see here, cancer. You can reduce your risk of breast cancer, ladies, by eating your meat cooked well, eating your meat cooked well done, but eating your meat cooked medium rare, sliced roast beef, things like lamb chops and pork chops. Have them medium rare rather than well done. You cook them well done, you increase your risk of breast cancer by 462%. You eat oils, even if you eat fish packed in oils and instead of water, mustard, tomato sauce, you increase your risk of breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer for guys. And cancer is a self-inflicted disease by what you eat, what you don't eat, how you cook your food. Has nothing to do with genes. None of these diseases have anything to do with genetics. It all has to do with epigenetics, which is how your DNA is affected by the absence of or the presence of things. You are missing cofactors such as vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, and aromatherapy oils. When these things are missing, your DNA can't perform right. You get all kinds of weird, terrible things happening to you, including cancer, diabetes, heart disease, macular degeneration, Alzheimer's disease, and so on. You take all those things, your DNA works perfectly, and you avoid all those things. This is not difficult. Contact your young DVD associate and ask for epigenetics. The subtitle is The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I thought we'd talk a bit about these flu vaccines, and I think this one sort of vindicates you, as this is something you've talked about, how worthless these things are. Now, for several years, this is a CNN story that's headlined "Millions of Dollars Wasted on Flu Drug Tamiflu," according to a review. They say researchers have fought for years to get full data on Roche's flu medicine Tamiflu that governments stockpile and are wasting billions of dollars on a drug whose effectiveness is in doubt. A review of trial data on Tamiflu and GlaxoSmithKline's Relenza flu drug, scientists from the respected research network Cochrane Review, and in specific a lead author, Carl Heneghan, from Britain's Oxford University, he says he's quoted as saying there's no credible way these drugs could prevent a pandemic. They say while medicines can shorten the flu symptoms to around about a half a day, there is no good evidence that the claims cut hospital admissions or lessen complications of the disease. They say the main findings were that the medicines had few, if any, beneficial effects, but did have adverse side effects that were previously dismissed or overlooked. According to this Heneghan guy, he says, remember, the idea of the drug is that it should benefit and exceed the harms. So if you can't find any benefits, that accentuates the harms. And, of course, Tamiflu's response to this was, we stand firmly behind the quality and integrity of our data and subsequent real-world evidence demonstrating that Tamiflu is an effective medicine in the treatment of and prevention of influenza. Their sales in 2009 hit $3 billion, that's billion with a B, because of the H1N1 flu pandemic, but have since declined. The U.S. spent more than $1.3 billion with a B buying strategic reserves of Tamiflu and other drugs. And while the British government spent over $700 million on 40 million Tamiflu doses. And this data from Heneghan's team was all the full data from 20 trials of Tamiflu and also 26 trials of Relenza. And they say, Heneghan said, the money spent on stockpiles had been thrown down the drain. According to Fiona Godley, she is the editor of British Medical Journal. She says, the original evidence presented to government agencies around the world was incomplete. They spearheaded a 4-year campaign to force Roche to reveal all of its Tamiflu data. So there you have it. You were right all along, Doc. These things are worthless and probably do more harm than good, as most drugs are.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for bringing that to the front, Doug. And there are several parts of that story that are extremely important. Number one, the drug itself is ineffective. But secondly, they withheld information. And then thirdly, there was false information. Last year, I think it was in February, in the journal Nature, very well-respected scientific journal Nature, they came out and said 85%, Doug, of all the cancer research published showing the usefulness of, how well all these cancer drugs worked in the laboratory on animals and people in big studies, 85% were falsified results and fraudulent. 85%. And so I'm sure the same thing applies to the flu drugs, because the purpose of these big pharmas is to sell drugs. Okay, and for billions of dollars, well, it's a little white lie in there. And you have to appreciate that these drug companies were taken by the United States from Germany after the Second World War as reparations. In other words, this is how we paid for the war against Germany. Since they lost, we took all their drug companies, A.G. Farber, things like Merck and Bayer and those kind of things, and they haven't stopped being Nazis. Stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to New York. And Jay, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Jay, you're on the air.
Good afternoon.
Hi, what's up?
Yeah, in 1992, I was diagnosed with hepatitis B. And eventually, 8 years ago, I changed my diet. I became a vegan. And last year, I changed it to being a raw vegan. But for some reasons, my white blood cell count's been very low. Seen much improvement. So.
Okay, how much do you weigh?
I used to be 226 since I started the raw. I'm 192 now.
Okay. Do you have any other issues like eczema, dry skin, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis?
Yeah, my eczema.
Okay. And then, do you have any problems?
I just detected because my feet are kind of dry and sometimes they peel. Sure. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a spot the size of a dime or it's all over your whole body. It's the same principle. The answer is yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, do you have any history of respiratory problems? Any asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia every winter time, anything like that?
No.
Okay, good. Do you have any history of belly problems like constipation, diarrhea, diverticulitis, irritable bowel syndrome? None of that?
None.
Okay, good. Let's see here. What color is your stool? Your bowel movement, is it yellow or white or brown or what?
Actually, because I've been taking green juice and wheatgrass, it's all green.
Okay, so your bowel movement is green. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What do you take as a supplement? What do you take for vitamins and minerals?
I take vitamin D3. I take enzyme. I take something called Levolat. I take lipoic acid, selenium, arginine, 23 silver, immune health basic, ultimate flow max 50 billion, CQ10, glutathione, and Fisnor.
Okay, I get the drill. You're putting together a system by yourself. Okay.
Well, actually, they were prescribed to me anyway.
Who did?
That did. Let me see. Hippocrates Institute prescribed those to me anyway.
Right. Being a vegan can be very problematic for a long period. For a 3-day fast is wonderful, but any longer than that is problematic. Hang on, we'll be back, and we'll give you some information. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to New York and Jay. Being a vegan is problematic because 2/3 of the 90 essential nutrients are minerals, and nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. And a tomato grown in New Jersey, the Garden State of America, versus the mineral value of tomatoes grown in the Imperial Valley in California or maybe Louisiana, you're going to have 3 different mineral contents because the mineral content is based on what is or what is not in the soil. And nutritional minerals occur not, as I said, not as a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like chocolate and chocolate ripple ice cream. And you can eat the very same exact recipe. All the measurements are perfect. Every ingredient is perfect, except that the nutritional value can vary by 180 degrees, 10,000 difference in the amounts of things. Okay? So the only way you can be a successful vegan, I work with many successful vegans, you have to supplement properly. And for a guy who weighs 192 pounds as a vegan, I would take 2 ounces a day of our Cal Toddy. There's no animal products in the Cal Toddy. That's going to give you calcium, magnesium, all 60 essential minerals, trace minerals, rare earths, all those kind of things. So it'd be 2 quarts a month, 1 ounce of the Cal Toddy at breakfast, 1 ounce of Cal Toddy at dinner time. I would take 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at dinner time. I would also get the multi-omegas. These are made from evening primrose oil, so it's all 100% plant-based, no animal products whatsoever. Even the soft gel capsule is from plants. And so you're looking at 6 of those a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner. That'd be 2 bottles a month of the multi-omegas. And that's going to give you your basic stuff, okay? Because you have a white blood cell count that's low, the odds are you have some osteoporosis is squeezing the cells inside the bone marrow cavity that generate red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, and are maybe deficiencies of some of the nutrients that are necessary to make healthy white blood cells. And so in addition to essentially what I told you is the 2 Healthy Start packs, I would also throw in 3 of our Ultimate Selenium twice a day. That's 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner. That's 2 bottles a month. That's for your heart, your liver, especially with a history of hepatitis B. You want some really super support for the liver. So the Ultimate Selenium, again, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner. That's 2 bottles a month. Selenium is to the liver as iodine is to the thyroid. Very, very important. I would also throw in the de-stress capsules. These contain the B vitamins that are necessary for liver metabolism. And I would, again, throw in 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. And I'd throw one more thing in, and that would be the Z-Radical. Z-Radical is a blend of super juices, so it's all plant-based juices, and the immune support, again, for your hepatitis B history, comes from fucoidan, which is an extract of the red marine algae. It's actually from a plant. So I'd take 2 or 3 ounces of that a day, 2 or 3 quarts a month. Call me every couple of weeks if you would, Jay. Keep us informed, and we'll walk you through this. We can make a vegan successful. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to Bryan, Texas, and Jane, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Jane, you're on the air.
Doc.
Hi.
Haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been
for 5 weeks, I've been breathing oil paint fumes and creosote, and landed myself into the emergency room of the hospital, and they took, blood work and all of that. And right now, I'm on antibiotic that says no calcium and no, of the vitamins. I mean, none of the minerals. So my liver...
Wait a minute. You're going to be on those antibiotics for what, 2 weeks, 10 days?
No, I only have 2 more.
2 more days?
Yes.
Okay, so then as soon as you're done with it, you can get back on your supplements.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the next question?
I want to know how to get my liver back into shape.
Okay, well, your liver requires the 90 essential nutrients. How much do you weigh now?
130 pounds. I'm sorry.
You say 30 pounds, you have shrunk.
Yeah, 130 pounds.
Okay, 130 pounds. And you're particularly concerned about your liver health because of all this pollution and everything you've been breathing. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's see here. I think, are you taking the 90 Essential Nutrients, the Healthy Start Pack, or what are you taking?
I'm taking Classic and everything. I'm taking all of them. And I've got the Z-Radical liquid. I've got C-Cells. I've got it all.
Any EFAs?
Yes, EFAs, yes. I take 4 EFAs, pluses, and an EFA, and a Brain Smart.
Okay, very good. Okay, now, Shar?
Yes?
Okay, now, you've been around a long time. You've been working with us for 25 years, and it sounds like Jane's right on top of it when it comes to the basic program, but particularly for liver health with a history of inhaling paint fumes and turpentine and wood preservatives and things. What would you give her to make her liver happier?
Selenium.
Yep. And what dosage would you give her at 130 pounds?
Personally, I don't weigh 130 pounds, and I take 4 a day, 2 in the morning and 2 at night, plus whatever I get in the liquid minerals and all the other stuff.
Yeah, so you're probably getting 500 micrograms, a half a milligram a day, and that's kind of where I'd have Jane go too. So you need to get up to half a milligram a day, which is 500 micrograms. You could do that with 2 of the selenium twice a day, which is 1 bottle a month, and all the other stuff you're taking will give you the difference. Now, also, what else would you give her for the liver, and what would you give her to detox the liver?
To detox the liver?
I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with the rainforest.
Oh, herbal rainforest, of course.
Yeah, the herbal rainforest has 14 legendary cleansing herbs, including Cascara sagrada, taraxacum, and so forth, plus the 77 minerals. And so at your body weight, Jane, I would throw in, I start out with a tablespoon, which is a half ounce of the herbal rainforest. 1 quart's going to last you a month. Take that every night at bedtime with a glass of water. And as the herbalists use this, is using old herbalist terms, it'll cleanse your liver, your blood, your colon, and so on. And it'll cleanse your liver, okay? Also, as an added plus for your liver, I would throw in the de-stress capsules, capital D like David dash stress, and I would take 3 twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of that. And stay away from the bad stuff that's going to put pressure on your liver. Stay away from things like fried foods, processed meats, deli slices, sandwich meats, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, that kind of stuff. Stay away from oils. That includes olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressing, cooking oils, and stay away from gluten. Anything that's going to inflame that liver or prevent maximum absorption of stuff your liver needs, stay away from, which would include wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And then call us every couple of weeks. It's good to hear from you. I was wondering what happened to you. Yeah, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. The thing that probably saved you was you've been on these products historically and kept you going, staying on the rails, saved you from maybe permanent damage. But, you can cleanse your liver, cleanse your blood, cleanse your colon, and in old herbalist terms, using the herbal rainforest, and you'll be glad you did. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Maryland, and Carmen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Carmen, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I'm taking the Bone and Joint Healthy Start Pack, and I got an email that I have to get my eyes tested, and my vision has been not getting good. It used to be better. I just need reading glasses. I don't need them for vision, but I have to go in June, and I wanted to do something to make them better. There's something I can take.
Sure. Okay, well, there's 2 things you can do to help your eyes. Number 1, avoid the bad stuff. Shar, what bad things should Carmen avoid if she's going to prevent damage to her eyes, the lenses, the retina? What would you tell her to do about her diet to help her eyes?
Well, she needs to, avoid all the no oils, no salad oils, no burnt animal fat, no meat with nitrates or nitrates in it, no margarine. Mm-hmm. And I would wear sunglasses when you're facing the sun.
Exactly. When you're driving, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I have glasses that automatically turn into sunglasses when you get out in the light. Then when you get back in the house, they turn back to clear lenses. It's kind of funny, that chemistry. And then what about, let's see here, how should she cook her food? Should she fry everything?
Oh, don't fry anything. No. Broil, bake, grill,
Okay, very good. And what should, people always say to me, well, if I can't use oils, what do I cook in?
Butter.
Water and butter, very good.
Water and butter, yep.
Very, very good. Okay, now, how much do you weigh, Carmen?
I'm fat now. I'm 130. I need to get rid of this fat all around my waist.
Okay, 130 pounds?
Mm-hmm. And I'm 5'1". Between 5'1.5" and 5'3". I keep getting different things when I go to the doctor, depending on which it is, so I don't know what I...
Okay, now, you said you're taking healthy bone and joint pack. You're taking 1 healthy bone and joint pack?
Yeah.
Okay, did you do that because you had arthritis or back problems or what?
No, I had tore the rotator cuff last year.
Okay.
So you told me to take that, and then my shoulders started hurting when I went back to work at the post office. Squeezing the mail together was irritating both shoulders, so I just kept doing it because the other one.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're outside mowing the lawn, Carmen, and so I'm just going to finish this up here. And basically, in addition to the healthy bone and joint pack and changing your diet, I would definitely get your auric points up over 100,000 to improve the quality of your retina and your lenses. You could do that with 6 pieces of our triple treat chocolate a day. I'd get the big 100-count box. It's a little cheaper per piece that way because there's less packaging. Also, you could use the Cell Shield RTQ, 5 of those twice a day, maybe about 5 bottles a month because they're small, little 60-count bottles. It has resveratrol, turmeric, and quercetin in it. And don't forget the selenium. Take 3 of those twice a day, as Shar said. Selenium, 2 bottles a month. Protect your lenses, protect the retina. And call us every couple of weeks. Certainly call us after you've been to the eye doctor and let us know what he says. Stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Well, let's head to upstate New York. And Ken, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Ken, you're on the air.
Hello, Doc.
Yes,
I
sir.
was calling because I had the spider bite a year and a half ago or so, and 4 months later I ended up with tinnitus, and I checked my blood pressure. I found that elevated, and I've been, treating the spider situation, but with oils and things like that.
Sure. I would doubt spider bite had anything to do with either blood pressure and tinnitus a year later. How much do you weigh?
Well, the tinnitus started like 4 months after, but it's continued for...
Sure. How much
I
do you
weigh 185.
Okay. Do you have any other issues? Any arthritis, back problems, receding gums?
No.
Dentures, anything like that?
No, I had a little bout with eczema, apparently. I checked with the doctor on it, and he said it was eczema.
Yeah, that's very useful.
So I cut out the wheat, and it was just like a month ago.
Okay, so you've been seeing an improvement in your eczema?
Yes, it went away almost immediately.
Great. Yeah, you have a gluten intolerance, so you need to stay away from wheat, barley, rye, and oats for the rest of your life. That'll add some good, healthful years to your life. But when you have tinnitus, ringing in the ears, chirping, tone sound, this means you have a squeezing of the auditory branch of the eighth cranial nerve because your skull has osteoporosis. And when you lose minerals out of your bones, they actually get bigger. And not only do they get bigger in thickness, but also the tunnels that the nerves go through from the brain to the outside get smaller because they're filled up with connective tissue. So your body weight, 185 pounds, and this is related to the blood pressure too, because blood pressure can be mineral deficiencies, could be artery disease in your kidneys, all kinds of stuff. So what I want you to do is take 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. That's going to deal with supporting and promoting healthy blood pressure, support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, and it's going to support and promote maintenance and repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. So that's 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 15 Glucogel a day. You're going to get 2 healthy bone and joint packs, and in each one there's a large bottle of Glucogel, and combined the 2 large bottles of Glucogel will allow you to have 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And again, that's designed to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. Now, they also, each of these healthy bone and joint packs comes with a bottle of CM cream. I want you to take a Q-tip, put about a half a teaspoon down in each ear when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed, and you might even get, within 10 minutes, relief for 3 or 4 hours. You have to apply it several times a day. But after 3, 4, 5, 6 months, that should be permanently gone. For the high blood pressure, I would specifically throw in your weight, 1 bottle of the Ultimate Daily Tablets a month. That'll allow you to have 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner. It's a large bottle, so you can take 6 a day. Split them up, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner. And they're designed to support and promote healthy blood pressure, healthy blood flow, obstructed arteries. And, your complaints actually are quite simple. They're important and they're disruptive to your life, but from a standpoint of what can be done about them, they're actually quite simple. You do these things and then call us every couple of weeks, give us a report, and we'll walk you through this. Okay, let's see here, Doug. We've got, about 1 minute left?
About 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Shar, you got 30 seconds. Give our listeners a message.
Oh, boy. Take care of yourself. I mean, no matter how much money you have, if you don't have your health, you have nothing. And you can see it. Look at Steve Jobs and everybody. I mean, that's got to be a wake-up call. People spend all their life, abusing themselves, and then they spend all their money trying to repair all the damage they did. So do preventative maintenance. Take care of your body like you take care of your good car. Don't abuse it.
You've been taking Young Judy products for 25 years. Yep. When was the last time you went to a doctor for health reasons?
I went to a doctor. I found out my gynecologist died a long time ago. I'll go to a doctor. Stay away from doctors, too.
When was your last time? When was your last time going to a doctor for your personal health?
It's been over 25 years.
Okay. That's a good enough example and testimony. Thank you, Shar. Thank you, Doug and Billy. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.